What is Jeremy Corbyn's position on Brexit? The Labour leader has set out a careful position on how he would like to deal with Brexit in a strategy aimed at not alienating either Leave or Remain voters at an election. His steps would be: he would first want to win the election. He would then negotiate a Labour Brexit deal with Brussels relatively quickly. Within 6 months of the election, there would be a second referendum to choose between A, Labour's deal, or remaining in the EU. A special conference would decide how Labour should campaign. Corbyn will be the honest broker carrying out what the people decide. The Tories have had 3 years to get Brexit sorted. They have failed, and failed miserably. Britain is divided. Boris Johnson's Conservatives and the Liberal Democrats have taken extreme positions on Brexit, neither of which would do anything to heal this division. Labour is the only party that can and will deliver a public vote. Labour is the only party that can unite Britain and move it forward with a plan for real change. Labour trusts the people to decide. So, Corbyn's position is: let the people have the final say. Corbyn has set out his position quite clearly many times. This is surely a fair and democratic position to adopt. Yet Johnson, the Tories, the media all say that they don't know what Corbyn's position is on Brexit. Which part of this position do the Tories not understand? Well, they do understand it, but they keep repeating an untruth that Corbyn does not have a clear Brexit policy to brainwash the voters against Labour. As Joseph Goebbels, who was appointed by Adolf Hitler to be the German Reich Minister of Propaganda on March 13, 1933, said, "If you are going to tell a lie, tell a big one. And if you tell it often enough, people will begin to believe it." So, the UK now has Johnson and his advisors copying the Nazi tactics. One of the first steps towards the rise of fascism in the United Kingdom. If Britain is to leave Europe, then let it at least be done in a way that the nation can unite behind it. We now know far more about it really means than we did in June 2016. If it really is still the will of the people, there should be no problem in getting another majority for it. But this time, it would be on the basis of a clear outcome that has been negotiated in advance. A Corbyn-negotiated Brexit, the basics of which have already in principle been met warmly by EU leaders, would protect jobs, protect trade, and protect workers' rights. Johnson's deal does none of these things. Johnson and the Tories call this dithering. Yet, Tories themselves have bungled Brexit for 3.5 years, and we've still not left the EU, and we have divided the country. Corbyn could resolve this Tory-created crisis within 6 months. It beggars belief that anyone would want to vote for Johnson and the Tories. People, especially those who are educated to a high standard, should get a moral compass and ask their consciences whether they should help the disadvantaged of the society or say, "I'm all right, Jack, each one for himself, and let the devil take the hindmost." They should get a moral compass and vote for Jeremy Corbyn now. Thank you.